Ntseki. Unfortunate result, and if you can just give us a summary of the game.
Good evening, members of the media. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Even though I don't see ladies in here. I think it was a highly tactical game. When you look at the two teams and the tactical approach, the analysis we have done of Sundowns, and I think they also did the same. But I think tactically we did not apply ourselves properly in the first half because we were giving them too much of the ball, and they ended up dictating terms. And the plan was to stop them from playing through the midfield, of which we could not get it right. And also we're fully aware of the width that they provide, especially when they're in possession, in switching play. I think on the right we did very well with Riff Rosler, dealing very well with Mashego in reading into the situations and winning those 1v1 situations. The plan was for us to apply high pressure, meaning high block out of possession, because we are fully aware that they will always start play with Ronwen, and then from there they develop their game into the midfield. So I think that was the biggest mistake we made in the first half by not applying pressure on the keeper and the centre backs during build-up. Coming into the second half, I think we corrected two things that were very glaring with our approach in the first half. By the way, the feeling for us was that we never pitched up for the first half in terms of our application of our tactical approach. So second half we came out a bit better, putting pressure on the ball carrier and also applying a bit of high line. And then we made some good substitutions that came in to bring some energy into the game, and that is how we got to the goal. But from there, I think we did not defend the goal that we have just scored. We allowed them to play again behind our defense, and then mistakes do happen in football.
Thank you, Coach. We're going to take a few questions because there's a press conference tomorrow. Just 3 questions. Listen, there's a question here.
Coach, can I ask you what you say to Peterson in a situation like that? And when you say it wasn't the game plan, can I just ask you, on the other hand, did you come perhaps conservatively for the first half and then open it up, or did you want to go out at them in the first half and it just didn't come off?
Yeah, like I said, we know Sundowns is a possession-based type of a team. And when you look at our starting 11, we planned around having very quick forwards to put pressure on their defense and the goalkeeper when they start play from the back. Unfortunately, we could not consistently apply the plan in terms of putting pressure on them. When it comes to Brandon, I think things like this do happen in football. If you were to count how many times he came out to save the team, will nullify the mistakes he made that led to the goals. Anything that happens in a game of football, it's a team effort. If you were to look back and try to trace where the first mistake was made, it is not only about him letting in the goal, but the whole team made a mistake, and then that's how we considered.
Coach, your team in the first half, and I think maybe early in the second half, there was just no intensity when they got the ball and going forward. I think maybe later on in the game. What do you attribute that to, especially when you've got such pacey players that could have, on break attacks, had Sundowns? And also, you've mentioned, what Sundowns does, but after playing them, a team that many say are good, what do you think are the positives from your side that you think you can build on?
The positive from our side, I think, is the same thing, because if you look at the structure we had, it worked out. Not giving them space in between the lines. In the second half, applying more pressure on the ball, which led to them making mistakes, and the mistakes ended up giving us chances to score. And the positives from our team is that we stayed in the game despite the fact that we're not playing our normal game. Mentally, we're very strong in terms of staying in the game and also defending as a team, which was very important. I think when you talk of our offensive players, Sundowns applied a very deep defensive block, and then we created more of half spaces in front of the center backs, but we could not come into those half spaces. We were always looking for a forward ball and a forward run instead of us keeping possession and playing into those half spaces.
Good evening, Coach. You speak about mistakes in the first half, Castillo, which led to the game, to the goal rather. And in the second half, I think we saw that I think he's an artist, he paints pictures with his passes. Is that what we can expect from him for the rest of the season? Because I think he really looks a good signing.
Yeah, look, the mistake we made in letting in the first goal, it was that they applied a high line, and we wanted to play through the middle field. In situations like that, as a defender or as a goalkeeper, you bypass the first line of confrontation. And I think with the confidence we have on him playing and helping us to play from the back, that is why the ball was played to him. But I think Sundowns were very organized in applying high press on him. I think he's one quality player that has shown in the past in terms of his game understanding, his intelligence on the ball and off the ball. We just need to have more of tactical cohesion and understanding in terms of how do we use him going forward and how do we use him in defense.
Go ahead, raise the hand. Last question, please.
Thanks, Coach. Hard luck on the loss. Going back to Muscat in terms of the positives, I want to focus on the players. Modi, just able to play. Also, Ranga, how far can we expect him to gel into the team? Because game number 2, at some point, he was out of sorts.
Yeah, I think it's also about the recovery. We never had Ranga with us in the pre-season. He just came in and he was training on his own, but with the team in camp. And I think it was more about his recovery because he played 72 minutes against a Chipa. We are fully aware that today he might not be as quick and as light, as mobile as expected. But the plan was for us to keep the centre backs more worried about him staying between the two centre backs. And I think he did what needed to be done. Unfortunately for him, he did not even get a goal or a shot at goal. But he's a quality striker that we have. We'll work on him. And as soon as his confidence is good, he will start to deliver for the club.